Hi, I'm Jill Lally, and I'd like to welcome you to the DeFabio Difference for Better Health. With me today is Dr. Donald DeFabio, a tri-diplomate, board certified in chiropractic orthopedics, sports injury management, and physical rehabilitation. Welcome, Dr. DeFabio.
Thanks for having me, Jill.
It's our pleasure to have you in the studio. Today we would like to talk to you about better health with better posture.
Well, that's an easy one because they go hand in hand.
Well, why is posture the cornerstone of health?
Well, we're mechanical beings. We move, and everything we do needs to be done efficiently, all right? So when you do it efficiently, you're doing it with good mechanics. Good mechanics when it comes to your body means with good, strong posture. When you have strong posture, you breathe better, you move better, you have better balance. Why? Why do so many older people have poor balance? Because they're leaning forward. So their plumb line is throwing their weight forward, and all they need is stumble a little bit, and then they fall. Mm-hmm. When you're tall and strong, your head's up, and your attitude's better. You're more optimistic. So the ramifications of better posture, or what we like to say strong posture, impact you physiologically, it impacts you physically, and it impacts you mentally. So it affects your whole body in a positive way if you maintain good, strong, tall posture in life.
Oh. So would you show our viewers an example of ideal strong posture?
Yeah, well, we have a picture here I think we're going to show. But basically, that means if you're standing, the eyes are level, shoulders are level, hips are level, knees are straight ahead over the feet. That's what you'll see from the front. And from the side, you'll see that the ear is over the shoulder is over the hip. And if you were to draw or drop a plumb line, that same line would go just through the knee into the front of the ankle, all right? And there'd be a little curve in the lower back to the front, a little curve in the lower back, in the mid back to the back, and a little curve in the neck to the front. So, and those curves are really, really important. You know, to have straight spine, like military spine, we call that. That's actually not good, because the spine loses its resilience. A spring has more resilience than a rod. A straight spine will have less resilience. So straight is not good. You need to have those balanced curves in your body when it comes to the spine.
So standing, and what about sitting?
Same thing. Same thing. You want the ear over your shoulder and the shoulder over the hip, okay? You want to be in here, all right? Yeah, this is why tech neck is such a huge problem. And this, right? All right? And this, a laptop. There's almost no way you can have really good posture on a laptop because it makes you do this, all right? And what did we just say? Ears not over the shoulder, ears in front of the shoulder. And the farther your head goes forward, the more weight it has to, biomechanically, there's a longer lever arm, so it's harder for your body to hold it up, okay? Like my cup of water's real easy to hold when it's close to my body, but when it's out here, it's a lot harder to hold. Same thing with your head. Your head weighs 12 pounds,
okay.
All right? So when it's here, the muscles actually in between your shoulder blades, not your neck, are able to hold your head up. These muscles are nice and relaxed. There's no tension in through here. But as soon as this happens, I get tension in the back of my head. I get tension on the top of my shoulders. This happens, and then I get headaches, dizziness, lightheadedness, chronic neck pain, etc., etc. So that was kind of a long-winded answer, but sitting, you want to be here. So look, this is one thing you can do. You just lift your chest up, right? Pinch your wing bones down, put your arms out like that, turn your pinkies up. Can you feel, pinch those wing bones back and down?
Absolutely.
Pinch the wing bones back and down, chest up, hold that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax your neck, 6, 7, 8, keep the ear over your shoulder. Now, relax your arms, relax your arms, relax your arms, relax your arms. but don't collapse your chest.
Right.
You just reset your posture. So there's a tip for our viewers. Do that once an hour if you're a desk worker, okay? Just reset your posture and go back here.
So I felt sitting taller
Of course.
and not,
Hey,
slouched
strong
over.
posture is your personal anti-gravity device. And guess what? If you're taller, you're going to be thinner.
That's a great idea.
I mean, it is so powerful, and for our athletes, it's about moving with better posture. But first, they have to find it. So when we talk about sports rehab, it's really cool how sports rehab, non-surgical orthopedics, and the chiropractic philosophy of adjustments and moving the joints, all right, all kind of tie together to help people move better so they can live better. So it all falls into one big picture.
You had mentioned something earlier to me about inner winter.
Yeah, well,
Can you tell our viewers about that?
That's the same thing. When you're feeling well, you're here, you're up, your eyes are ahead, you're looking ahead, okay? You have that tall, strong posture.
Okay.
When you're depressed and feeling crappy, you're here. So that inner winter posture, again, strong posture, and Jill, I want to talk about that as well, but it's not good or bad posture. It's weak or strong. When you're here, you're weak. Your muscles are overworking. There's too much tension on your ligaments and discs. When you're here, your body's more mechanically efficient, it takes less energy, and I'm in a position where I can do things with power, meaning I can pick this up easily without injuring my shoulder. I can reach and get something. When you have to pick up something heavy, you keep your back flat, you do it with good posture, right? Because it's heavy. So it's tall, strong posture is the concept, and that's why we use that word. I digressed. Your question had to do with
The inner winter. So
yeah.
it was about confidence and your posture.
Yeah, so like I said in the beginning, it's good for your body, it's good for your brain, it's good for your mechanics, there's less wear and tear in your joints, and if you're an athlete, it's going to improve your performance.
So what are some of the benefits of improving your posture?
Well, we talked about that a little bit in the beginning. You're going to breathe better. You're going to be emotionally better, all right? You're going to look thinner, all right? You'll have more optimism in your life, all right? Hey, look, you're going to have less neck and back pain. Back pain is still the #2 complaint that people suffer from in the United States. Common cold's #1, back pain's #2, okay? Sitting is the new smoking, all right? Because we collapse on ourselves, all right? So it's one of the best anti-aging strategies out there to have good posture while you're younger and learn how to maintain strong, tall posture, sitting, standing, walking in the gym as you age, and then you won't collapse on yourself.
So in terms of breathing, I know people will have chest or shallow breathing versus the diaphragmatic deep breathing. Can you discuss that and how posture plays a role in better breathing?
Well, first of all, your core area in through here is your junction box between your arms and your legs.
Okay.
All right. Your diaphragm is an essential stabilizer muscle for your core. Okay, creates spinal stiffness, stability. So by having abdominal breathing, #1, you're going to get more oxygen into your lungs and into your body. #2, diaphragmatic breathing, you need to be tall. It's like a singer, right? My patients who are singers, and I tell them, rather than tall, strong posture, I say, use your singing posture. You're up tall, they're breathing from here, this is all relaxed, they're not creating tension through their neck and shoulders, and that's where it comes in. And abdominal breathing is a really essential skill. Everybody really needs to work on, because not only does it help your oxygenation, it'll help you strengthen your core, okay? It'll get you into that inner winter posture, and it just will help you reduce your risk for back pain again.
So getting more oxygen in your body with better breathing And improving your posture will give you more health.
Energy, yeah, it gives you more energy.
Okay.
But look, we need oxygen to live, and we need to get rid of carbon dioxide, right? Right?
Right.
So our lungs are constantly balancing the acid-alkaline balance of our body. That's the big name for it. But basically, the body needs oxygen to work on. So the more efficient we are in getting oxygen in there, and the more efficient we are in getting out the carbon dioxide and the waste products that we can breathe out, the healthier we're going to be biochemically. But again, diaphragmatic breathing is huge. It's stabilizing in through the lower back and the core. And again, that'll prevent low back injuries, and it'll assist in your energy transfer between your arms and your legs. Whether I'm lifting up a cup, I need core stability here, or whether I'm throwing a ball or kicking a ball or I'm playing golf.
So you're improving your posture, you're improving your breathing, you're getting more energy and oxygen into your body, throughout your whole body.
I would say that's a very well put together synopsis of my long-winded answer, yes. Thank you.
So it's a lot to breathe in.
Oh, there you go. I like that. I might steal that. But breathing, it's part of a holistic approach to health.
Yeah.
Because when you breathe here, you're not really oxygenating your body. You're not. Everything's tense and tight. You're going to get neck pain. You're going to get back pain. You might get tingling down your arms and hands because all these muscles are overworking. Okay. Then you try to lie down at night and you can't. These muscles are all jacked up. So you have to prop yourself up at night.
Tense and not relaxed.
And it's a vicious cycle.
Right. Well, doctor, we'll take a break, and when we return, you could continue your discussion on better posture for improving our health. We'd like to hear what your thoughts and
I'm all
insights.
about it, Jill.
Thank you. I'm Jill Lawley with Dr. Donald DeFabio on the DeFabio Difference for Better Health Management.
Hi, I'm Dr. Donald DeFabio, and today's wellness tip is all about recovery from an injury. Rest is highly underrated today. Everybody's asked me, when can I go back to the gym? When can I tell my coach I can play again? Can I make the next game? Everybody wants to get back really fast, and I appreciate that, but we forget to rest. Rest is when the body recovers and heals. Daily, we have to sleep to get rest so that your body can recover and heal for the next day. So make sure you get enough rest. However, there's a flip side to the rest equation. Rest does not mean recovery when it comes to an injury necessarily. For example, you sprained your ankle and you put it in a brace for 3 weeks. You take off the brace and you go try to run and you can't, and it really hurts. You pulled your hamstring. Oh, I stopped running, I pulled my hamstring. You go back to running and it still hurts. Because although you rested it, it didn't recover, it didn't heal the problem. There's an underlying problem there that needs to be treated. So yes, rest is important for recovery. On the other side, just because you rested something, that doesn't necessarily mean it's completely healed. The underlying injury, the imbalance, the problem could very well still be there. You go back to activity and your condition comes right back. You go, but I rested it. Well, guess what? Rest allowed the inflammation and the pain to subside, but it did not fix your problem. That's where I come in. That's where you need to get assessed when you have an injury. And it might just be, yeah, you need to rest it a little bit. Or it might need, let's fix the underlying problem. Then as you're resting it and you're doing recovery and you're doing cross-training to maintain your fitness and maintain your activity level, then you end up being better when the injury heals, and then you can go back to activity without it coming back. Rest, recovery, they both have a place, but as a standalone, it may not be the answer to your problem. I'm Dr. Donald DeFabio. Thanks for tuning in. That's your wellness tip for today.
Hi, I'm Jill Lally, and I'd like to welcome you back to the DeFabio Difference for Better Health Management. I'm with Dr. DeFabio, and he discussed a very insightful distinction about strong versus weak posture rather than good or bad posture. Dr. DeFabio, as a board-certified tri-diplomate in chiropractic, orthopedics, and sports injury management and physical rehabilitation, how did you get involved with posture and this concept, this innovative concept about strong and weak versus good and bad?
Well, first of all, Jill, I learned it from somebody else. All right, I'm not gonna. I'm always taking classes. Why am I board certified in 3 different chiropractic subspecialties? Because I'm always learning. So that concept was introduced to me by another doctor, another colleague, and it made so much sense because I realized I started off my postgraduate after chiropractic school. Look, chiropractic is all about the spine, all right? And there's posture with the spine. We get that, okay? But my first postgraduate degree was in orthopedics, which is kind of posture alignment of extremities, of the ankle, of the hip, of the shoulder, right? It's all about the alignment, right? But then from a chiropractic perspective, it's about the function and being able to move with good alignment, posture, so that you can be functional. Sports takes it one step further. It's not just getting up and down out of a chair. It's not just being able to go up and down the stairs. It's being able to throw a ball, kick a ball, accelerate, decelerate, pivot, cut, turn with maximum mechanical efficiency, which has to be done with good posture. Otherwise, what happens? The knee twists in and you tear your ACL. The number one reason that young girls tear their ACL, the ligament in their knee, okay, the anterior cruciate ligament, is because the knee loses its dynamic alignment, its dynamic posture. It goes into this position, the ligament tries to hold it there, it can't, and it pops, okay? Just because they're turning and the knee shifts in. So from a rehabilitative standpoint, well, we're all about restoring function. We analyze people and we find out, okay, if you can move your arm this way, but you can't move it this way, well, let's move you so far back in your rehab to the point where you're the weakest. And let's strengthen you around your weakest point and then build you back up to your strong point. And you can apply, then it just hit me that everything I do from all these different aspects is about alignment, which is posture. And when you're in good alignment, you're mechanically more efficient, you're stronger. When you're in poor alignment, you're mechanically disadvantaged and you're weaker. So it also reminds my patients that strong posture is attainable, strong posture is doable, and it's not, oh, I have weak posture. I got poor posture. I've always had poor posture. No! You got weak posture, you can make it strong, and it can be strong in everything that you do in life. That's really the concept. And in 2 days, I'm going to meet with 2 buddies for lunch, colleagues. And this is the stuff we talk about. Shop talk. Hey, what do you do? What do you do? I got this great idea. Oh, wow, I really like that. Oh, maybe I'll do it that way. And this is how we develop. They're called mastermind groups. I mean, anybody in business should have mastermind groups. You surround yourself with people that can help elevate you in your profession as well as in life. So that's how I come up with the concept, but it just seems to be a great umbrella for everything I do, because in my office we do a lot. I mean, I've always addressed my patients in my office as natural, drugless healthcare. There's no drugs, no surgery. It's something that falls under the premise of what we can assess and hopefully offer my patients. And when it comes to mechanical situations, whether it's the ankles, the shoulders, the knees, the hips, dynamic, strong posture, and then rehabilitate them and strengthen them. And if they're an athlete, give them the power and speed to go back to sport is the ticket. Or we'll just give you enough. So, hey, look, I got one patient that has to move a ton, literally a ton of batteries once a month because he's a battery supplier. You know, that's not sport, but that's a lot of lifting.
So you said dynamic versus stationary
Static.
or static?
Mm-hmm. Well, static is what most people think of as posture because you look at somebody when they're not moving, okay?
Right.
Now, the dynamic is having that same posture with movement. Now, that doesn't mean if I'm going to catch a ball, you know, I'm going to be like this and just do that. No, it means I have to reach for the ball. But I'm still maintaining stability through my spine, and it's maintaining its dynamic alignment.
Right.
Okay? As opposed to flopping, because if I flop, I'm here. But if I'm here, I can catch that ball with power, with stability. So it's dynamic alignment. Again, that's just the application of a simple concept of posture to life, getting a cup of water again, or playing sport.
So the first step when your mother said stand up tall, sit up straight is the static, and now you're taking it to the dynamic of moving in that stronger posture.
Exactly. And when we talk about, see, we give lots of exercises in the office for patients, both in the office and at home, because frankly, a lot of people don't do them at home, so we do them in the office. But we call it corrective exercise. We want to correct your mechanics, your movement patterns, and then you can take that home and own it in life. But if we don't teach you how to move properly, if we don't teach our athletes how to jump and how to pivot and keeping their knee over their foot, if we don't teach them that, right, the knee goes like that, you're going to blow out an ACL without contact.
Or your senior citizen.
Oh, huge in senior citizens. Because that's a whole nother animal, because what happens is over time, look, it's hard to go to the gym, it's hard to keep up with being strong and tall, and you get tired. And you get tired. And you know, posture, strong posture is your personal anti-gravity device. You'll be thinner, and it's a personal anti-gravity device. You won't collapse on yourself because you're sitting at the mouse all day long, like this,
Shallow breathing.
Shallow breathing, and it creates plastic deformation. The muscles, the ligaments, the tendons get stuck in that position. The next thing you know, you stand up and you're in that position. And then our senior citizens, they can fix that. It takes a lot more work, all right? Sometimes we have to talk about bracing and splinting to help them find that neutral spine or that neutral alignment in the knee to autocorrect. It's definitely more challenging, but with
Attainable.
it's attainable depending on what we call limitation of matter. If the knee's all arthritic, it may not be able to get back to normal posture, but can we give it normal function? That's where the rehab comes in, the physical rehab. We want to get normal function.
So the structure might be altered, but you can still improve the function.
That's the ticket.
Wow.
That's my job, is to get people back to return to function. And
So
that's what we do.
Is there a home assessment, posture checkpoints that we
That's
can
a really
tell
good tip. Yeah, that's a really
our
good tip.
viewers?
What I would recommend if people want to do a home assessment on their posture,
Okay.
guys, strip down to your underwear, shorts, girls, sports bra, and shorts or a bathing suit, something like that. And take 3 pictures of yourself, one from the front, one from the side, and one from the back. Then you take out a marker on the pictures, and you put on the one from the front a dot on each eye, dot on each shoulder, dot on each hip, dot on each knee. Draw a line between those dots horizontally. They should all be parallel to each other and parallel to the floor.
Okay.
From the side view, you put a dot in the ear, a dot on the peak of the shoulder, a dot on the middle of the hip, a dot on the middle of the knee, and a dot on the ankle.
Okay.
And draw a line connecting those dots. Now, that line generally looks like this. It generally doesn't look like that, but that line should be a direct plumb line that is, if your picture's square, parallel to the edge of your picture. Okay? And from the back, you can put a little dot on both ears again and go across to see if your head's tilted again. But more importantly, you can just look down the spine with 3 or 4 dots to see if the spine's level. I'm sorry, perpendicular, that's a vertical line. And lastly, a dot on the top of each hip to see if the hips might be crooked from the back.
Thank you, doctor. So would you just tell us about a patient collapsing on themselves, as you said, or that serial postural distortion?
Well, again, what happens is little by little, gravity is always fighting us. So serial postural distortion is, I'm on the computer here. Look, it happened to me a couple weeks ago. I had to write a 9-hour lecture, right?
Wow.
So I was on the computer for like 2 weekends straight. And I was started here, and I'm on the computer, and then I went to here, and I felt it. I was in here. And by the end of that, I was like, whoa, this is bad news. End of the first day. So what I had to do is I started doing my exercises, my posture exercises. I took out one of my stretch bands to pull me back so when I was sitting. And by the third weekend, I was actually wearing one of my posture braces so that it was really holding me up. So that's serial distortion. It happened really fast for me over a couple of days or a couple of weekends. Most people that happens over years, and it gets to the point where I know that it just happened and it got to them, and all of a sudden they're in a weak state, they're having pain, they realize that their postures become poor, but it's because they let themselves get weak and gravity just collapsed either down or collapsed them forward, or whichever way their lifestyle brought them to. So the antidote is to intervene early and to give patients the tools with home exercise and in-office care and the appropriate diagnosis to get better.
Thank you, doctor. Will you continue this discussion in another episode and perhaps give us some postural rehab protocols?
Well, that'd be great, Jill, because there's a lot of information we could still cover.
And if the viewers want to contact you, they may do so by phone or email? Or
Yeah, call the office, 908-771-0220. I'm in Berkeley Heights, New Jersey. Or you can email me, DeFabioChiropractic@gmail.com.
Thank you, Dr. DeFabio.
Thank you, Jill.
I'm Jill Lally. Thank you for joining us on the DeFabio Difference for Better Health Management.